Hello, Virgo. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing Virgo's monthly psychic tarot reading, tuning into the energies of the month, seeing what divine messages of guidance want to come through for you to help you create more clarity, sanity, love, and direction in your life. So, interesting intentions. All right, Virgo, let's jump right in. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are welcome. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. It takes you right to my book online page. All right, let's dive in, Virgo. Looking at the overall energy of the month, the Knight of Swords. Feels like communication, a lot of communication. Feels like communication with the Seven of Wands that helps you create healthy boundaries. Communicating what's yours and what isn't yours. Communicating boundaries. Communicating your truths. Feels like you're standing up for yourself and you're communicating that. Interesting. Okay. It looks like in the past you it feels like your communication before this month of May was more trying to avoid things falling apart. Feels like your communication style was trying to placate everybody, trying to keep everyone happy, even if it's not the truth, even if it's not your truth. So it looks like, there's a lot coming in here. Okay. The way you're standing up for yourself in the month of May, Virgo, standing your ground, speaking your truth, it feels like it is helping you clear a mother wound. Instead of trying to chase people, trying to get people to see you, understand you, validate you and your experience, you're realizing that instead of chasing people who don't care for you, who don't show you by actions, doesn't matter what they say, if you feel uncared for, if you feel unloved, if you feel unseen, if you feel unheard, feels like these type of people who center themselves in all experiences. And so you're asking someone, it feels like you're asking kind of a narcissist, someone who is, everything about them is self-centered. And I think you're realizing the deficit that they're under and that they can't care for you. Feels like it stems from a lack of care for self, that they don't know how to source that care, and so they source it from others. They're codependent on others. I think you're realizing who's for you and who's not for you. There's something about standing your ground, speaking your truth in the month of May. Well, let's keep going. Wow, Virgo. All right, hidden blessings. Love when this happens. So there's a hidden blessing in some type of confusion, some type of lack of clarity in the month of May. So I'm getting like the hidden blessings behind some clouds. A lack of something, some confusion. Okay. Something that has created a lot of confusion, a lot of sadness in your life. It looks like that is turned around in the month of May. It looks like you're very attractive. I feel like instead of going to all these people and trying to convince them to see you and see your story and see from your point of view, you are just standing in your truth, allowing those who can't connect with you, can't communicate, can't that don't want to feels like there's some type of equity here, that in relationships in the past there's always been this, like, someone needing to have a step over you, having power over you, control over you, maybe your emotions. And it looks like in the month of May, you're really standing your ground. You are attracting others who also, oh, this is wonderful. So as you're letting go and cutting ties with and limiting your contact with people who are determined to project things onto you, determined not to see you clearly, projecting their limitations onto you, it looks like you're also evolving. You're moving towards some type of awakening. And it feels like others are drawn to you. Wow. There's something about your groundedness, your ability to grounded in this new way of thinking that's very attractive. Wow. All right. What you're leaving behind in the month of May is the Hierophant. Structure, a set way things have been, maybe even spiritually. The Hierophant usually does deal with spiritual matters. Someone who's an authority, a spiritual authority. It feels like you're leaving behind people who, I've decided what the rules are. It feels like whoever is in your life has been a spiritual authority. It feels like you're leaving them behind. It feels like you are deciding for yourself. You're taking out the intermediary. It feels like you're leaving behind the framework, the structure of how to be, that does not work. It feels like you tried your darndest to work within this structure, but it feels like you're leaving it behind and you're starting new. It feels like this feels so specific. It feels like organized religion or whatever structure you're leaving behind, it's too shallow for you. There's not enough space for the depth that you want to explore. There's also, it feels like what you're leaving behind is shallow people. Unapologetic people who lack emotional maturity and maturity itself. Wow. All right, Virgo, how to get the most of your month of May. Wow, Aquarian energy, the star. Stepping into being yourself. Stepping into weird you, allowing yourself to shine. It feels like by shining you authentically, it's very healing. Very healing for you and those around you. It also feels like there's this making a wish in the month of May. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to pull down from the heavens and bring into this reality? It feels like as you're clearing these energies I've been talking about, then it's making room for a wish, a miracle to come in. Just kind of looking at the energy. Feels like it's in regards to something that you have been doing, something that you've put effort into, and it looks like whatever this is, this wish that you have that you want to bring into the 3D, not only do you have the star energy, but you also have justice, 11. It's fair. It feels like by exploring these relationships that really weren't for you, there was no equity in these relationships, by not speaking your mind, by allowing others to be an authority over you, it was blocking you. It was blocking how you show up, and it was blocking what you would prefer, a world, what you can bring in. And so what's interesting is I'm not getting that the universe was holding this back from you. It just feels like your own energy, your own beliefs were blocking how you showed up and what you believed was possible. So it looks like you're clearing away these blocks and bringing in truth and justice. And that actually, the Libra energy reminds me of where we started, speaking your mind, standing up, learning how to communicate so you can create an opportunity for justice. So at least you can see who you're dealing with when you speak your mind, when you speak up, when you show up as yourself. If that's somehow not allowed, that feels like that's a problem. All right, what's supporting you in the month of May? Wow. All right, in the month of May, Virgo, you have the Fool. It looks like you're trust falling. There's a lot of trust going on in the month of May, taking leaps of faith. This is really beautiful. It's you might not have all the answers. You might be nervous, but it feels like I fully believe that the universe has my back. It feels like you're more aligned with you, not someone else, not what someone else wants, but it feels like you are creating an alignment in May that's more aligned with who you are. And when you are aligned and your frequency is clear, then you can receive a lot more. You feel better. It doesn't feel that difficult to take these leaps of faith. Wow. It looks like you're also done sacrificing yourself in relationships, overgiving. I think you're realizing if you don't get a fair shake, I'll go somewhere else. I'll take a leap of faith and go somewhere else. Because, towards your soul fulfillment. It looks like you're also valuing yourself more, and you're seeing your worth. Wow, interesting too. You've got the Star card and then the Nine of Cups card. Both are talking about like soul fulfillment, of blessings coming in, of getting your fill, being blessed. there's something here that is also very Aquarian about you being willing to be yourself, you trusting that being yourself and being aligned with who you are is necessary. It's important. No matter how some, maybe in the past, have been judging who you are and how you show up. And it feels like the ties, whatever kept you tied and needing to prove yourself to someone else, needing someone to appreciate you or validate you or accept you, I think you're just realizing it's a waste of time. It kind of feels like nothing ever happens, nothing ever changes. And the more you step into trusting yourself, showing up as yourself, expressing your truths, and allowing blessings to come in, it feels like you're gathering momentum. This is beautiful. Wow. All right, Virgo, what to be mindful of in the month of May is the Queen of Swords in reverse. This feels like someone trying to poo-poo on your parade. Rain on your parade. Someone who knows, because they've done it in the past, this energy of doubt, of just saying something to manipulate you away from, I feel like whoever this is, they're too late. It feels like you have too much momentum. It feels like in the past, people could say something, one word, and you would, or it felt like it was very easy to mentally manipulate you in the past. Maybe poke your wounds and then get you to stop doing whatever you're doing or do something different, manipulate instead of communicate and connect, and through connection figure out how things work. Instead, it looks like you're leaving this behind. You're taking the L, like, okay, fine, if you see this as an indication. It feels like this person can judge you, this type of energy at least, can judge you in the past, and you would leave whatever you were doing behind and focus back on trying to chase them and beg them to see things the way you know how you're seeing them. And I think you're just done. You're like, yep, looks like we see things differently. You're just not interested. There's no one will ever win. No one will ever win playing this game. You might get a temporary fix, a temporary hit of a win, but anybody who's in this type of energy that I'm describing, it reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. How, spoiler, Pirates of the Caribbean, in the moonlight, the pirates on the Pearl were cursed, and so they would turn to skeletons. And Barbossa talked about how he's always thirsty, but he can't drink because it won't quench his thirst. He's always hungry. All his needs, he can feel the needs, but because he's a skeleton at the heart of it, he can't scratch that itch. And so that's what this feels like. There might be momentary victories, but nothing scratches that itch. Nothing finally fills the void of whatever this is. It's just a pattern of continually pulling other people down. It's a toxic pattern. Whew, holy cow. It looks like It also looks like there's someone, this is interesting, someone from your, this feels like a past energy that you're not communicating with, someone who manipulated your environment, someone who's very concerned about money and finances. They lie. They might even lie, cheat, steal in regards to finance. Feels like they want to be perceived as very financially adept. Someone, I have so much, but it's all for show. This person, it's for show. They're not secure, they're not stable, and they lie, cheat, steal to get their finances. It feels like you're not in communication with this person. It's interesting that they're showing up in your reading. It feels like you might still be telepathically connected with this person, but it looks like you're transforming the relationship. It feels like you're ready to let go of this person's energy or wanting them out of your energy. Yeah, it looks like whoever that is in your life, that's not only transforming, but that cycle is ending. Wow, this feels very empowering, Virgo. All right, that's your reading. I'm going to go ahead and move over to Patreon and continue with your reading. So if you're still here and this has been resonating, you might consider following me over on Patreon. I'm going to continue on. This is like half the reading, and look at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance in the month of May. So, all right, Virgo, have a great month, and I'll see you over on Patreon. Have a great month.